Welcome to Pickme's Are Better Than You, Episode 1. Now, I really didn't plan on doing this because I really don't like to go at Black women because I really mean what I say when I say that I love Black women. And even if I don't agree with your content, I really don't try to go in. And definitely I don't go in like I would do to anyone else. And it's also because, we do all have a right to our own opinion. However, when you're throwing rocks and hiding your hands when it comes to Black women and you're doing it so publicly, I just feel like it's my duty to say something. And also, I had to really realize that not all skin folk is kinfolk and not all Black women think that we're all sisters. So with that being said, if you guys could please watch these clips, and you know what? Forgive me in advance for what I'm about to say.
Are we going to continue to sit around and act like we as Black women don't belittle ourselves? Because we do. This woman said that I've created a safe space for people to belittle Black women. But when a Black woman, multiples, are all over the internet, all in our society, bent over with no clothes on, shaking their behinds, are they not belittling themselves or allowing people to belittle them? But because I address it and I call it out, I'm belittling Black women. But we're doing it to ourselves every single day. And that's the problem. Black women, we don't want to hear the truth. We call everything, well, look at the comments. But are the comments, are they telling the truth? The truth hurts. Stats are the stats. Black women, we have high obesity rates. That's a fact. Black women, we are have the lowest marital rates. That's a fact. Black women, we are the most enrolled in college, but we have the lowest completion rates. That's a fact. Ladies, please stop blaming God for your poor choices. This message is for Black women and Black women only. Answer this question. So statistics show that only 26% of Black women will marry in their lifetime from any race. 26% of Black women will marry in their lifetime. My question is, why do you guys think that is? Why do we have such low marital rates? And I'm not talking about Black women marrying Black men. I'm talking about men of all race wanting or desiring to marry a Black woman. Why are we so undesired when it comes to marriage? So nothing scares me more than the way Black women think. The way that we process things, the way that we handle things, the way that we interpret things really scares me because it just shows me how much work we have to do. The way that we decide to handle situations, the way that we deflect, the way that we point the fingers, the way that we just refuse to want to do better, that scares me. Because it makes me look at my society, look at society and look at my community and say, this is the problem.
Now, I don't know if y'all are as annoyed as I was while I was clipping this video together, but baby, imagine saying that Black women are undesired and they're shaking their behinds everywhere and they're obese and they don't graduate from school and they have low completion rates and are undesirable, all the while being part of the demographic that you're talking about. Imagine using terms like we when you know doggone well that you don't believe that you're included in this. You know that you feel superior. You know that you feel like you're better than the rest of Black women. You know that you feel like you are way better than these bitter single Black women. And this is the problem in a nutshell. How can you help someone that you look down on? How can you help someone that you feel superior to? The information will never be received because it is coming from a bad place. And you present it as coming from a bad place. Anyone with a brain can see that. The only people that will receive your message are people that hate Black women. And also Black women who think like you do, that they are in a different category, that they are the exception. They are the picture perfect Black woman. And this message is for the majority of the lowly Black women that aren't like them. They are the exception to the rule. The ones who have a superiority complex like you do. Now, let's just go ahead and start getting into the facts over feeling portion of this. Let's address a lot of the errors and outright lies that she just said.
Women, we are the most enrolled in college, but we have the lowest completion rates.
So, the first error or lie, whichever you decide, she said that black women have the lowest completion rates. But lo and behold, a quick Google search will show you that, black men have the lowest completion rates, not black women, at 40%. And out of all of the degrees that are actually completed in the black community, and that is including both black men and black women get 64.1% of all bachelor's degrees, 71.5% of all master's degrees, and 65.9% of all doctoral, medical, and dental degrees. So if this doesn't show that not only is this woman grossly miseducated about the women that she's claiming that she wants to help so badly, she wants to educate and save, she actually needs some saving herself. But also it indicates that she has a very clear agenda. But you know what? I digress. Let's get on to the next slide. Sorry now. I mean error.
Hurts. Stats are the stats. Black women, we have high obesity rates.
Now this is true that America has high obesity rates, but let's keep it 100 here. 40% of all Americans are classified as obese. That's number one. And yes, black women, according to the BMI, are considered obese at a rate of 54.8%, and Hispanic women at a rate of 50%. Now, both of us have high rates, but only one group is constantly vilified everywhere for that fact. And I think that you can guess who that is. But not to mention that the BMI scale, which these metrics of obesity rely on, according to this article on healthline.com, is the BMI a fair health metric for black women. Now, if you look at this down at the bottom, which I have circled, more recently, it's been challenged for its discrepancies. BMI may misclassify rates of overweight and obesity in historically marginalized ethnic populations, particularly who? Black women. And let's dig deeper here. If black women are so fat and unhealthy that we need to address this, we need to be accountable, then why do black women have record high life expectancies? And black men not only have the shortest lifespans of any American, but also the poorest health as well. Make that make sense. But let's move forward to another, error. Sorry.
Black women, we are have the lowest marital rates. That's a fact.
Let's talk about actual facts. Black men actually have the lowest lifetime marriage rate. 52% of black men will never marry versus 48% of black women. Let's also address this, that almost 90% of the world's population now lives in countries with falling marriage rates. In the U.S., marriage has declined by 60% since the 1970s. So please stop using marriage to use that as an indicator of the desirability of black women. Not to mention that 34.4% of black men were married in 2021 versus 28.6% of black women. So please stop acting like it is such a huge difference when black men are the least married male, which you never mention, might I add.
This message is for black women and black women only. Answer this question. So statistics show that only 26% of black women will marry in their lifetime from any race. 26% of black women will marry in their lifetime. My question is, why do you guys think that is? Why do we have such low marital rates? And I'm not talking about black women marrying black men. I'm talking about men of all race wanting or desiring to marry a black woman. Why are we so undesired when it comes to marriage?
Once again, wrong. 26% of black women won't marry in their lifetime. It's actually around 52%. But I digress. You notice that she asked black women, what do they think about why black women aren't wanted? She specifically asked for black women's thoughts, right? Keep that in mind because she also said this.
Nothing scares me more than the way black women think. The way that we process things, the way that we handle things, the way that we interpret things really scares me because it just shows me how much work we have to do.
Now, if the way black women think truly scare you so very much, how black women think, how they process things, then why the heck are you asking them why aren't they desirable? Why are you asking them why are they not married? How would they know? Aren't we crazy women who don't know nothing at all? Just say you want to make black women look bad while standing on their bones. And my thing is this, is that pick-me's always say that they have all of the answers, but they never really do. She just sits there with her pink shirt on talking about this is how you get a husband, by being quiet and being ladylike and not having a voice and being an obedient little black woman. And if you do all of that, you can get the prize of having a man just like her. So when you say that and I see that this is your husband, then I'm confused because a black woman on her worst behavior could have your man, who is a strong 1.5, and that is me being awfully generous and awfully respectful. Now you're over here towering over your husband, looking like you could beat him in an arm wrestling match, looking like you carried him over the threshold, and you're telling women to get like you? Stop it. Any black woman willing to settle like you could be married tomorrow. And you pick me's, I promise. I always give y'all the benefit of the doubt. I always go to y'all's pages and I don't see a Trevante Rhodes there. I don't see him as y'all husbands. I see Oscar the Grouch. So, who really needs the advice here? You or them? But I digress. You know what? Pick me's really grind my gears, really and truly. And honestly, I didn't want to go here, but I had to because I really don't like disingenuous and self-righteous black women that feel like they are superior or have the magic recipe somehow and every other woman doesn't. We are all black women and we are all unique and we are all special in our own way. Married, single, in a relationship, whatever. It does not define you, nor should you believe that that is your only purpose. If you believe in God like I do, then your purpose is to make him proud. And if you don't, then that's cool. Then your purpose is whatever you choose it to be. But please don't make your purpose trying to be a good, little, acceptable black woman, because you will never be that. That is not a box that any black woman will ever be able to check. Anti-blackness and misogynoir is everywhere. Love yourself, queen. And I know that sounds cliche, but I really mean it. Love yourself, queen, and do not listen to women like this who only seek to hold their marriage and their supposed acceptableness over your head like a guillotine. Now, if you watch this whole video, you're a super real one, and please do me a huge favor, drop a 2 in the comments, and you already know why, because what she said was what? Boo, boo. And if you can't donate